Hello and welcome to Firefighting in Canada this week. It's Friday, October 30th, 2015. Today's edition is brought to you by First Alert, Canada's most trusted and reliable fire safety equipment company. I'm Tamar Atik, and here are the top stories. Councillors in Sault Ste. Marie have voted to cut 20 firefighter positions. Some Ontario fire departments want the province to expand the types of calls it pays for on highways. And editor Laura King reports from the first Southwestern Ontario Fire trade show. And now to our top story. City Council in Sault Ste. Marie has accepted a proposal to reduce the number of firefighting positions by 20 within the next 3 years. The recommendation came from Fire Chief Mike Figliola, who was hired in February. According to SaultSte.com, Figliola told Council the cuts are the result of a comprehensive review that began shortly after he was hired and determined that the city's EMS is understaffed. 4 EMS supervisors will be hired immediately and 8 paramedics will be hired as firefighters retire. The 20 firefighting positions will be eliminated through attrition. The Sault Ste. Marie Professional Firefighters Association wanted Council to defer the resolution until the union could prepare a rebuttal. Mayor Christian Provenzano told SaultSte.com that Council takes direction from the Fire Chief, not the Firefighters Association. Some Southern Ontario municipalities want the province to change the way it pays for fire departments to service provincial highways. Departments respond to all calls on highways, but are paid by the Ministry of Transportation only when their services are used for firefighting, extrication, hazmat, or medical. However, volunteer firefighters are paid for attending calls regardless of false alarms, and some volunteer chiefs say their budgets are taking a hit. The Ministry of Transportation said this week it will increase the fee it pays on November 1st to $450 from $410 for each truck that responds, but the service agreement will not change. Ontario Association of Fire Chiefs Executive Director Richard Boyce said the issue is not new. He hopes to convince the ministry to change its billing policy.
The OEFC will be meeting with the Ministry of Transportation in the upcoming weeks to discuss this issue of no-service calls and the impact that it's having on the Ontario Fire Service, and hopefully we can get them to reconsider their policy and make the appropriate changes.
Editor Laura King was in Leamington this week for the Southwestern Ontario Fire trade show, a first for the region.
Tamar, this trade show is new to the circuit and is strategically timed at the end of the season so fire personnel can peruse the booths and finish out their purchasing budgets. There were more than 30 vendors in Leamington, a strong turnout for an inaugural event. Deputy Chief Mike Ciacelli, the details guy behind this show, said the goal was to bring the vendors to the region for the firefighters who can't always get up to other big shows.
So it was an opportunity for firefighters in Southwestern Ontario to have a trade show that was local, wasn't 2 or 3 hours away.
Ciacelli said the response from the vendors was extremely positive.
Major suppliers from the province that are normally at the Chiefs Conference up in Toronto. And by having those individuals here, that's really given us a good draw here to our show.
Ciacelli and others are already talking about expanding the show next year with some training and even some speakers.
That's our show for now from Annex Business Media's Niche TV newsroom. Thank you to our sponsor, First Alert, Canada's most trusted and reliable fire safety equipment company. And a reminder about an upcoming webinar on drones and UAVs happening November 10 at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find more news about Canadian firefighting online at firefightingincanada.com or subscribe to the magazine and have a copy delivered to you. On behalf of all of us here at Niche TV, thanks for watching.